Welcome to episode 49 of the Awkward Tapes, the podcast where awkward friends have awkward conversations about awkward things. We're missing a guy. This is the first episode since episode 1 where we have had 4 people on the podcast. Presley was busy, he had to do some things, and so he wasn't able to make it. We had Chris on the last one, and he had to be somewhere, so he's gone. Our audio guy, Noah, had to be somewhere, so he's gone.
He's got work.
He's got work.
I don't blame him.
No.
Get the bag.
Yeah, you gotta get the bag, man.
Hey,
Gotta get
at
the bag, bro.
least, unlike the first episode, now we each all have our own mic. For the
Yeah.
very
We do.
first episode, we each shared a mic.
Yep.
So
We're evolving.
Oh yeah, it was
Pretty
this
better.
mic, and it was like Omni.
it was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but all right. So again, since Presley isn't here, you can never truly replace a Presley thought.
No.
But in order to have a new segment, we now have Zach's word of the day.
Yes. Also, I was thinking, heck, we could even start doing this on the regular if it goes well. You know.
If it goes well, yeah.
Okay. So my word of the day is sesquipedalian.
Wow.
Wait. Should we try to guess what
Yeah,
that is?
so yes again.
Yeah.
Sesqua.
Okay, that-
It is a
almost sounds like a-
hilarious explanation.
So it's not like a drug or something you take. Is it like
No.
a hormone or it's not a hormone?
Sesquipedalian.
Sesquipedalian. Does that not sound like a drug or something that you take? Like the side effects
Yeah,
for
yeah, it does.
sesquipedalian are
Yeah.
stomach aches, headaches, death,
Yeah.
illness.
Sesquipedalian.
If you are experiencing
Elbow
death,
soreness.
please call.
Yeah.
I always thought that was the funniest and most dumb thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you are allergic to this, then please don't take it.
The meaning of this word has nothing to do with what it sounds like. It's like, I don't know. You know that one word that's like the fear of long words?
Oh, and it's
It's-
super long.
Yeah, it's something like that
Oh, okay.
for this one.
All right, I don't. Do either of you have a guess?
No. Sounds like a
No.
exotic name that I would love. Like just somebody's name.
Hi,
Hey, I'm
I'm
Sesquipedalian.
Sesquipedalian.
My future
I'm
wife.
Schmev. Oh man,
I mean, I'm gonna Sesquipedalian.
it is a long word.
I got nothing.
No,
Got nothing.
no, hit us with it.
It is the love of long words.
Oh,
It's like the opposite.
Yeah.
That one,
So
okay.
Yeah.
I see why you specifically used that. Okay, that was
Yeah.
a good bait and switch.
Sesquipedalian.
Sesquipedalian.
So,
And
okay.
if you wanted to see Zach's first word of the day or word of the week, whichever you're calling it.
Word of the day.
Word of the day. Yeah, tune in last episode because
Yes.
that was a good word of the day. Like your
But like
first, that was a good one.
I don't know something.
Tune in.
Falafel.
Salafia.
Falafel.
Salafi and halaba.
Is that like a falafel but with extra saliva?
Yeah,
Ew.
delicious. But yeah, sesquipedalian. That's your word of the day.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
And in a sentence, it is, as being someone who loves sesquipedalian, I tend to use large words in my
I
sentences.
like it. This is how
Start using
I have
it.
a terrible vocabulary. This is how it's gonna get better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Through Zach's word of the day. So
Well,
I
you
appreciate
didn't know what former and latter was, so I need to help you out.
it. No. Yeah. Yeah, good way to get us started off. Welcome back to episode 49 and prepare yourself for a session of awkwardness.
All right, and we're back. All right, so I got some questions for you.
Okay.
See if you like this question. All right, if money wasn't an issue, okay, it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Which profession would you choose?
Oh.
One where I make money.
Okay. Wow.
Money has nothing to do with what you do. You could be a professional TikTok scroller.
Scroll. Oh.
Ooh.
Just
you can
watch
do anything.
literally anything in the
Okay,
universe.
Okay.
Okay.
Money does not matter.
I still have my answer. Even though this job ironically makes a lot of money, I have my answer. And that is I would want to be like Guy Fieri on diners, drive-ins, and
That's a good answer.
Because
Yeah.
for
Just
those
eat.
of you who don't know, you don't even need to know who that is. Just there's a show on the Food Network called Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives, and the whole purpose is Guy Fieri, this guy, whatever. If you don't know who he is, that's fine. and he just goes to different places and he just eats food. That's
He's a
all
guy.
He does.
He's a guy.
He's
Like
guy.
he doesn't
Yeah.
even really critique the food or like judges it or whatever. There's nothing like that. He just goes there and eats.
And
That's all
somehow
does.
he is
Yep.
on the Mount Rushmore of food people.
He really is.
Him
He
and
has
Gordon
spiky
Ramsay up
hair.
there.
I will say he does. He did grow up in the same hometown that I did. So shout outs to him
In
Santa
Cali.
Rosa, California.
I mean, I don't know. It'd either have to do something with sports or the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
honestly.
narrow that
I was
down.
gonna
Ooh.
say this podcast. Like I love this podcast. I'm sorry, food is my love language. This is a close
I mean,
second.
yeah.
I'm going out and I'm trying foods.
Yeah.
You know what? We can bring the podcast on the road, but I'm trying food.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
Money's not an issue, huh?
Not at
Yeah.
all.
We could do this for the end of time.
Okay, if I really had my choice, and it could be anything, I mean anything,
Literally anything.
I would be a relief pitcher in the MLB.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, I
Why
like that.
relief and not starter?
Because starters, I feel like, are held to a much higher standard than relief pitchers, whereas like they can pitch 2, 3, sometimes 4 innings, and they're like held as gods because they just came in and did what they needed to do in like the heat of the moment. And in a way, I kind of respect them more just because they come in
High
to
pressure situation.
yeah, they come in to clean up whatever the starter left for them.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you want to be the closer to where it is the most high stakes, or would you want to be more of like a setup relief pitcher to where like you're obviously still doing the same stuff, just the stakes aren't quite as high? It's
that's-
still very important, just not the same.
see, that's hard because like the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, so Alek Manoah, well, he's a starter.
He is a
isn't
starting pitcher.
Yeah. Well, okay, Josh not Josh Hader. What's that
Yeah,
guy's name?
Josh Hader.
Josh Hader.
Josh
yeah,
Hader's
yeah.
a closer.
So like, sorry for this for the people that aren't in sports. I'm just gonna go into this briefly, but like Josh Hader, he is a closer.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool to be him, but then I wouldn't get to play as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
but
high
then-
stakes and
Yeah, but also you're getting paid millions
Money
to come
is
in.
well,
not a
money is
thing.
not the issue
Oh,
though.
my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you can be like an all-star or a Hall of Famer and just play 2-3 innings every couple of games. That's pretty.
Sometimes just one.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
or
thinking.
just
Just
one. It depends
I don't know.
on the
I'd
reliever. Yeah.
I'd probably be a relief
Yeah. That's
relief
cool.
pitcher.
That's a good answer. And then Leighton, you didn't answer this yet, have you?
Yeah, honestly, I've always thought like Twitch streaming or something like game
Oh,
related
you
would
would
be
be
a lot
good
of
at
fun.
that.
I would
think
love
I'd
that
enjoy
too.
But also this, to be honest, like I think between
Yeah.
this and doing something like video game related, I'd be set.
Yeah, my second choice would be this. This isn't really a job for me, so
Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's how I view it. Like, even though hopefully we want to make it a job one day, it's like I don't view it as a job. Not that I don't take it serious. It's just that I have so much fun with it that I don't think of it in that mindset.
right.
Yeah, I'd either have to go this, something sports related, like an NFL analyst or something like that,
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
or
Oh,
you
that'd
know,
be fun.
stripping's always on the table.
Wait, wait. No. This is very important.
Uh-oh.
What is your stripper name?
Oh,
Schmavadness.
Shmavada.
These
No.
past couple episodes, we've been really reaching new territory.
Hey,
Schmev's the one that brought it up. I just want to know someone's name.
let's see here. Let's come up with a good one. All right,
What are you doing?
the tornado.
No.
All right.
Wait, is that the move you perform or your name?
Take that as you will.
All right, moving right along.
Guys, my mom watches this.
Please. subject
Hey,
change.
Stacy.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, just moving on from this conversation.
Okay, we're back.
We had to
Let's-
cut something out that was too far. But we're
It was
here.
really funny. But yeah.
just let's okay. You know what?
You got another
Leighton,
question for us?
Yeah,
Lawrence?
yeah.
Sweet.
Ma-
Let's
maybe-
get away from this combo.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, what's your favorite rated G film?
Ratatouille.
Is
That's
that rated G?
there's no way that's rated G. I think that's PG.
Oh.
It's hard to find movies that are rated G.
I never
nowadays.
watched a lot of G-rated movies, to be honest with
Well,
you.
what was your question though?
Oh, okay. So, what is the weirdest conspiracy theory you've ever heard? Like, what's something weird
Ooh.
out there
Okay.
you just like you cannot believe it? Couldn't possibly be real, or maybe it could,
All right,
but it's
well,
crazy.
wait, this isn't one that you have to like believe or think is.
No.
Okay.
No, just the
So
weird.
for
Crazy.
mine, at a place I worked and still work, so I'm not going to give the name. But at a place I work, there was this guy. I'll say I worked in the shipping department, so I worked with truckers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't say where. But I worked with this guy, and he was known for being a bit out there, a bit eccentric. And he would have different conspiracy theories, and he'd always have a story when he got back from driving his truck. He would always be saying this or that. But one day he came in and he wanted to talk about GPS because I'm paraphrasing here, but this is basically what he said, that the government wants to keep you spread out to a certain degree because if you get too close together on GPS, you're going to show up as one person instead of two. And I was just like, okay. That's,
All right.
that's not how that even remotely works.
Yeah.
And also, I've never heard the conspiracy theory that the government wants to spread you
Yeah.
out. I've always heard like the government wants to try to contain you or like keep you in one area. I was like, wait, the government wants to spread you out so that way you don't show up as one person on GPS. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the one to where I'm just like, well, maybe you're joking, you're messing with me. I don't know, but just all right, man. That it's a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe next time just tell me the Earth is flat. Like, you know.
What about you, Zach? You heard anything crazy?
Okay, it's kind of tied between two. The first one that I can think of was that what was his, that John Lennon was purposefully killed by the CIA in a car crash and replaced by an exact replica of himself.
That doesn't make
You're
it.
thinking of Paul
Oh.
McCartney.
Oh,
Yeah,
Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney.
Oh.
And the other one is that Obama is the Antichrist.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. No, I've heard that one too. And just
Yeah.
whether you're pro or against him, just that part's a little weird that you go that far.
Dude,
That's
but
far.
chill.
Like, so Paul McCartney is the clone
Yeah.
still.
Oh yeah, that was what it was. Yeah, the clone
So-
or whatever. It was
So
weird.
this current Paul McCartney is not Paul McCartney.
No.
Plus, wasn't John Lennon? Wasn't he the one killed by a fan?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was killed by. Well, I mean, a fan. I mean, he was a fan, but yeah, he was killed by like a deranged fan.
Yeah,
person.
he was crazy.
What happened?
From what I remember, this is just from documentaries and stuff, but John Lennon and his wife were leaving like their place they lived at.
Yeah.
And there was this fan just sitting outside. He knew that John Lennon lived there.
Right.
So he asked for an autograph. John signed it. They went to dinner. They came back, and the guy was still there waiting for him, and just shot him. And
Ooh.
basically,
Huh.
what they think is the guy was just crazy, and he just wanted attention.
Wow.
And I mean, he got it. He's known as the guy who killed John Lennon.
yeah.
Good for him.
That actually.
No,
I mean that.
What are you-
No, I mean that is
In a sarcastic way.
Yes,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
facetiously as
okay.
possible.
Yeah.
Facetiously as
Ooh, another
possible.
word of the day.
Facetious.
What were you saying? Were you saying something?
Was that sent? No.
I think you were, but I don't know.
What? All right. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I want to hear what Layden has to say.
Well, okay. Weird conspiracy theories. I start thinking about like the whole Illuminati stuff.
Oh, Illuminati.
Or
yeah.
just like a higher like powered group or whatever like that
Yeah.
can. I don't know. Like you know that one story you
Lizard
heard,
people.
Or like
um,
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
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 dude, the stupid Dad Blam, David Dobrik when he talked about like
Oh,
this
yeah.
group that like I don't know.
Well,
you
he
know
had
the
a different
story?
take on it. He
Okay,
doesn't
explain
believe
that.
that, like, there's lizard people and people that are clones controlling us.
Yeah,
He believes that there is some type of like control, but it's not like this crazy thing. It's just some type of control that we don't know about. But
Yeah.
it's just like there's something, but it's not just these insane
Nah.
no, because
that's fun.
he's told stories about
Not.
people that have been like that he knows like confronted about like if you want fame we can do something about it, but
Right.
like someone will be sacrificed. There's that stuff.
Yeah,
but-
that's crazy.
Like demonic or satanic groups. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very creepy.
Mhm.
But no, I was going to say the one that cracked me up, the conspiracy theory, because it got mainstream like overnight. It started as a meme, but then it actually became a real conspiracy theory. Was that birds are not real.
that one.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
That one, like it started out as a meme. Like the guy who started it doesn't actually believe it.
Never
It
heard
was a big meme or joke for him. But then it started an actual conspiracy theory to where now a lot of people believe that birds don't exist, or
Yeah.
at least they don't exist anymore. They're now all like government controlled, like drones or
gonna
spy
say.
cameras.
I don't think Layton's ever heard that.
Well,
I have not.
I mean, he's right.
yeah, I mean, totally. That's, yeah.
Explain
yeah.
do you know exactly what they like why they think that.
Well, because they think that they're like government controlled
Spying.
like drones or like they're spy cameras or something, and they use like pigeons and literally all birds to do that.
Yeah, another part of that is how birds always stand on the power lines.
Yeah.
Right, that's
how
to
they
recharge.
recharge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, but hold on.
Wow.
I
What a
carry
guy.
this thing in every single room I go into in my house.
Yeah.
I think they might be looking at this before they would be like, you know what? Let's get a bird that can't even see inside the home.
No, it's not even just some birds are like that. All birds are extinct. So literally the only birds
That
you
is
see out there are
crazy.
government controlled. So that seagull that stole your hot dog, that was for government purposes.
Here's the craziest one I've heard, and I don't know if y'all have heard this or not. Some people believe the Holocaust was not real.
Dude,
That one just makes me upset.
You
That
heard that?
is
Yeah, it's
genuinely
insane.
upsetting.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just upsetting. It seems like, I mean, if you're ignorant, then I guess it's not quite offensive, but just like, it just comes off as offensive to me
yeah.
and just like, man, how are you going to say that this didn't, it's not even like it happened that long ago. It was within the last 100 years.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not like it happened like 5,000 years ago and there's some debate on it. It's like, no, it happened pretty recently in
Yeah.
terms of the Earth's history. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy. Are y'all ready for another question?
I would
Yes, sir.
love one.
All
why do
right.
we keep ending these topics on like, first we end it on strippers, now we're ending it
Oh,
on the
gosh.
Holocaust. This is not going well.
All right, maybe this one will end on a little bit of a happier
Let's just
note.
end on candy.
Who's a celebrity that you think no one can hate on? He's just not hateable.
Kim
Ooh,
Kardashian. No.
Oh gosh. I
Schmev's face. He's like,
I am a genuine believer that no one can touch Denzel Washington. He is amazing.
You know what? I could see that. Like Denzel Washington or Morgan Freeman. Like they're
Yeah.
two actors to where I haven't heard any controversy or any bad things about them ever. Like I haven't even really heard about, oh, they were in this role and they didn't even do a good job. Like I haven't even heard that sort
Yeah.
of thing. Like
They're just good at what they do. They're good people, and they don't get caught up in drama.
no, they don't. Yeah, no, that's a good answer. Like Denzel Washington,
Yeah.
like Morgan Freeman. Yeah, I like those. That seems
Yeah.
like a good one.
Morgan Freeman's my idol.
Morgan,
We know.
I wanna
love
grow
him.
up to be
Morgan
like him.
Freeman is amazing.
Yeah.
He has
Good guy.
probably the best voice out of anyone I've ever heard.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some others, but he's up there.
I've thought about this kind of before, and I always go straight to Adam Sandler.
Really? Why?
I mean, what has he done to like? He's never like Denzel Washington, and Morgan Freeman. They're never in any like controversial things.
That's fair.
They're always, whenever you think of them, it's always like this positive thing. I mean,
Yeah.
cringy movies, some great movies, but like over the recent years, he's starting to like change like how his movies are.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, now
like,
he's in like serious movies.
yeah.
and stuff.
I
like,
haven't
not just
seen that
comedies.
basketball movie yet, but
The
I wanna
Uncut
Oh,
watch
it's
that.
Gems?
so good. No,
Yeah.
not Uncut Gems. The
one's
what was
good,
it
though.
called?
I can't remember. Hey, Noah, can you wait?
No.
Yeah. Hey Noah, can you? Oh, he left.
Yeah.
No, that was a
Look,
great
we love
movie
you,
though.
Noah.
I loved it.
Adam Sandler basketball movie. What is
Yeah.
it?
But no, I understand why you say Adam Sandler, and I agree to that. The only reason why I'd put him a little bit below Denzel Washington or Morgan Freeman is because I feel like he gets more hate for his movies and stuff. Just because, like, didn't he do that one Jack and Jill movie that everyone hated?
Yeah, that was bad.
So I mean, there are
I thought
some.
it was hilarious.
So there are
yeah.
some movies like that to where I know that he's gotten some hate, but I still agree with you. That's
Yeah.
a good answer.
It's called
I
that
like-
basketball movie is called Hustle, by the way. It's on Netflix.
So
Oh,
good.
that's right.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
I need to watch it.
He
I should
doesn't
watch
seem like a
that.
bad actor. Like when he's actually
Oh,
like,
Adam Sandler.
yeah, I didn't see Uncut Gems, but I've heard mixed reviews about it.
He
'cause
won
I've
an
heard,
award for it.
I haven't heard anyone say that's necessarily bad, but I've heard some people just say that it's just like really intense and just like really doesn't let the foot
Well,
off the gas pedal. Just it's like a
yeah.
lot.
Here's what I'll say: is his acting in that movie is phenomenal.
That yeah.
But the story is good, but the end is really weird. And like, why would you end it that way?
The only thing I know about the movie is that it has Kevin Garnett in it.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
the only thing I know.
Ooh.
Former
Yeah.
basketball star.
And he
like
does a
Kevin
good
Garnett.
job too in that movie.
He does?
Yeah, surprisingly, yeah.
Okay.
Leighton, what do you think?
Okay, like I wish no one could hate on him because I love him so much. Joe Rogan. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
but he's
no,
super
he gets a
controversial.
lot
like
of
him?
hate.
Yeah.
You
He
like
gets
yeah.
a lot
No,
of
I
hate.
actually can't stand the
Tons
guy.
of hate.
No, obviously I like that guy a lot, but I know
He only
gets
gets
hate.
brought up every other podcast.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird how that happens. I'm definitely not doing it on purpose, but
Now you think we should just be
I like him.
sponsored by him with how much we bring him up,
dude, I'd be down. But yeah,
or
Jackie
vice versa.
Chan?
that's
Actually,
about it.
Jackie Chan might be another one. Does
oh
he
yeah,
ever?
that's good.
Does he ever
Yeah.
get any hate?
Is there
I think
anyone
so.
minus like because we keep naming actors? Is there anyone who's not an actor or actress that doesn't get much hate?
Mm.
Oh, Kanye West.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, least
No.
controversial person on the planet.
Right.
Kanye
The
West.
least.
I'm trying to think of athletes. Unfortunately, a lot of
I mean,
athletes are in the.
I mean, Steph Curry gets a lot of hate, but I feel
Kawhi
like
Leonard.
you could kind of put Steph Curry in there. Maybe Kawhi Leonard. Any baseball player, just for the simple fact that no one knows baseball players.
Yeah.
I
People,
mean,
people
Tim
don't even-
Tebow, Peyton Manning.
People do.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peyton
Peyton
Manning.
Manning's someone, yeah.
Tim Tebow gets a lot of
Yeah, he
controversy.
does.
Yeah, no, Tim Tebow's a lot of controversy with
Unfortunately.
that. You know, like Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick. It's like, well, you done messed
Oh,
up.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right, so let's see. What is the most useless thing to say to someone?
Useless thing to say.
Think about that. Something that you
Oh.
say to people, but it's just
Bless you.
unbelievably
One thing that
useless.
always seemed useless to me
Yeah,
is, I mean, I do it and I have a bad habit of it, but it's like someone hits the, like I'm going to hit the table. Someone will be like, oh, ow. And then the other person will be
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
watch out. It's like, well, I just hit myself. Or like if you hit your head on like too low of a ceiling, then it's like, oh, watch your head. The ceiling's low.
Be
It's like, yeah,
careful.
thanks, Carol. I got that.
After something bad happens, be careful now.
Or when you lose something and someone says, "Well, where'd you leave it last?"
Oh,
I don't know, Mom.
trace back your steps. It's right where you left it,
Forgot
son.
I could reverse time and see where I was.
You just,
No.
just turn the clock back like you have a manual clock. You just turn it back. You're like, oh, I have it now.
I remember now.
I remember.
Thanks.
Oh,
No, but genuinely, why do people still say "bless you"? We get it.
Yeah.
We sneeze.
Well,
it
that's
happens.
like
I
a,
don't
well,
know.
that's
It's just
more of
polite,
just like
I
a
guess.
courtesy and like polite thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like
it's
that's not as much of a, because I mean,
Yeah.
if you like sneeze, it's almost like people are like, well, aren't you gonna say bless you? Like it's just like
Yeah.
a nice thing, which I guess you could say the same thing with like, oh, watch out or be careful. Just that one's more of just like, well, duh.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like a lot of conversations when you think about it, it's just like a repeat of like just what you've heard a bajillion times. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, doing good, man. All right. Like
All
why?
right.
All that's basically just the same
The
thing.
word
Go.
fine. like-
Fine.
Yeah, just
Define.
when people not define. Oh, define fine.
oh
no, it's just
that's-
like I thought you were doing a pun. No, just when someone's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I'm fine. It's just such a non-answer. It's just kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to talk. Like I don't really want to say how I am. Like I could be better, could be worse.
Mhm.
Maybe I am horrible or great. It's like I don't know. I'm not telling you. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
What are y'all oh, you have some
No, I was trying to. I couldn't. We
I
kind of
can't
hit
really
all the
think.
things I was thinking of. So,
Yeah. I don't know. It's not that triggering. I thought y'all might have something that just
Uh-huh.
like triggers you.
by the way, we're scrolling through Ask Reddit for some
Yeah,
questions.
Ask
it's a good
Reddit. Yes,
time.
we've done it before,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's been a little while since we've done it last, and
Mhm.
you know they have some good stuff on there, some good questions.
This is fun. I wanted Presley to hear this because this reminds me of him.
Well, Presley, if you're watching this, I want you to record. Pause it,
but
record your answer, and send it to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
so people who leave their curtains open at night, how do you live without fear?
That is true.
That is
People do
Presley.
that?
I do not know if people do that.
Did you have a stroke?
Okay. That.
I don't understand.
wow.
Whoa.
Well, you know what? Leighton really doesn't get that.
Yeah,
I do
no.
that sometimes.
Okay, well, I'll
But you're
say
far away
I feel like
from
for
your
you
window.
and me, it's different because I'll do that too sometimes, and like my windows are like close, or my windows are close to my bed and such. But it's like, it's just yard, and we're far away from the street, and there's nothing there, and it's not like I'm letting light in. Like it's dark.
It's very natural for us to wake up to sunlight. So
I don't do
Wow.
that, and that is weird.
I'll say if
it-
you
If you're close to, if you're like, it's the bed window, but like yours, your bed's and the
Yeah.
windows, that's not, and
Well,
you're
Yeah.
upstairs, so
Like
get
if
that-
you live in the city and you're like right off the street.
that's what makes sense to
Mhm.
me. Because for me, like I do have a window directly above my bed, but it's just the yard, and it's not like there's not anything out there. The road is far away. Like it doesn't really let in any light or anything. So I just like I have it closed halfway, but
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
have it fully closed
Yeah.
just because nothing's out there. But I was just gonna say that if you live in any urban area, like if you live in a neighborhood or if you live like in the city or something,
Yeah.
then I 100% agree. Like, how do you not live with this? But just because we're kind of out in the country and we don't really live in a neighborhood, it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter too much.
yeah. At our old house, the way the living room was, So there were 2 windows on each side, and for whatever reason, we didn't have blinds up. And so it was like at night when I would hang out in there, when I was younger, I would just think like, what if people are just looking into the window right now and I
Yeah.
don't know it? Because you could not see outside when it was dark. It was just nothing. There was just complete darkness. So for a while, I just stopped going in there at night. It started
really?
scaring me. But yeah. What else you got?
All right. I just thought of that because if y'all don't know and you're listening, like Presley's always like super paranoid and knows like what to do in every situation. So
Even-
that's him.
Even earlier today, Presley was talking about how paranoid he was that Zach was going to hit his car.
What? Oh
Sorry,
yeah.
I know I'm letting the
Wait.
cat out of the bag with that.
That
But-
what?
Yeah, when you pulled your Jeep around kind of close to his car, he was like, "Oh, don't hit my car! Don't hit my car! Oh, shoot, he hit my car!"
I have been in 0 accidents that were my fault, but except for one.
You know everyone
There we
says
go.
that.
I was
and
just gonna say,
not a single one has ever involved another car.
I mean, that part's fair, but I'm just saying, we know the one that you've been in that was it was
The
kind of your
one.
fault.
The one, yes, I messed up bad.
Yeah.
All right, but I've never been in a wreck with another car. I've never even bumped someone, never scratched paint, nothing.
I
That
think
is
it's just
fair.
Presley being
but-
paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this one, hopefully, we can get a little deep.
Sorry, Presley, didn't mean to
Ooh,
out you.
Let's get deep.
Let's get
Oh,
deep.
you're dead now.
So I want you to think about the past here.
Okay, I'm gonna think
All
about
right.
the past. Okay.
Just a couple years ago. What is the most important lesson you learned from COVID-19?
Don't get it.
What did it
Oh.
teach you? Dark time for some,
I have
a
to go.
great
Oh.
time for others.
No, are we going for like a serious
Oh,
answers?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
have
go
a good
serious.
one.
All right, here. Why don't we've been starting over here? How about we start over here this time and make our way
You
this
have
way?
one?
That's hard, man.
Don't take life for granted.
That's a good
Okay.
one. Yes.
Also, value time, being around, being able to see people in person.
Promise he's not
Yeah.
reading a script, guys.
Yeah, these just sound like generic answers.
Very
That's
good.
about
You're
it.
doing very good.
Thank you. I feel like I'm in a therapy session.
I think
That's about it.
Here, Shmev, what about you?
I think even in the absolute darkest times, there is light.
Well, that's a script. Yeah, you're right.
Here, explain.
Well, I mean, for most of, if not all the world, that was a pretty scary time because I mean, what you do every day is just completely changed.
Your lifestyle is just turned upside down.
Yeah, but what was cool about it was
What was awesome about COVID? No.
the only thing, people actually kind of came together for that. Just hear me out. You have the thing. You remember the thing John Krasinski did?
Quiet Place.
No.
No. Like,
Well, he was in
good
a Quiet
news.
Oh,
Place,
good. Good morning news.
He started some kind of it was only on YouTube or something, right?
Yeah.
it's Good morning news. I think was what it
Maybe.
was.
But he started this thing to where every week he would put out this show, and basically the whole thing was just to make people feel better and actually connect with other people. He had at one point almost all the Office
Oh, that's
character-
awesome.
characters
you
on
had
there.
Oh,
Rainn
yeah.
Wilson or Michael Scott.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
But that's not really a good explanation for what I'm trying to say. But and it's really hard to describe that. But I don't know.
I have an example.
Yeah, give an example. 'Cause I'm
So,
having trouble.
Anything like you're saying, something bad can happen, but something good can come from it. I think it forced a lot of people to recognize with jobs and stuff like that. Do we have to go to an office for this?
Yeah.
Or okay, we need to be able to have meetings and not fly on a plane, just have a meeting somewhere. Let's just get on Zoom and let's just have, I don't know. I think it made people rethink a lot of stuff job related.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Oh,
it can be
yeah.
good, but it can also be bad because I don't know, people like Elon Musk are kind of saying okay, this remote jobs, it just needs to go away. People need to go back into the office. I think I've heard him kind of been saying that recently. So some people are for it and it's convenient, but also getting out of your house, having a manager who can actually make sure you're working and not just in your pajamas playing video games all day. There might be some concerns with being remote. but I don't know. It just shook everything up, and so some things had to improve in
Mhm.
order for us to function. You know?
No, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, for me, I would say instead because I mean I could say things like, oh, it's try to bring us together. Don't do not take things for granted, like being able to talk, which I can't.
Like living. You know,
Yeah,
you shouldn't take
yeah,
that
like
for
living.
granted.
No, that's good. But for me, honestly, one of the things that it taught me was work ethic. Just because every single place that you can think of right now is understaffed. Like, can you think of
Sure.
like even just really a business that is not understaffed or like doesn't have as many
No.
people as you wanted to? Just every place you can think, or most every place. Someone will be like, "Oh, well, this place is fine." Most every place is understaffed, and I know for my work we've been understaffed like crazy. So it really just taught me like working hard and valuing hard work, and that at least for me personally, like I've been like valued or noticed at my work,
Mhm.
and I've been appreciated for certain things that I've done. That's one thing, a little bit of a different flip on the take, but that's one thing that kind of helped show for me was like work ethic and who's willing to put in the work.
Mhm.
I mean, not that everyone has to with what's going on with everything, but that's one thing that I kind of looked
I
at.
think I have kind of a good example of what I was trying to say is like the little things in life, just the tiniest things in life. Like I think some people stop taking that for granted. Like anything, being able to go out with your friends and go to a restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Something as simple as that. Like I remember the first time I was able to go back to like a Tennessee football game. It was amazing. It was the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
feeling. But yeah, just the little things in life. I think a lot of people stop kind of taking for granted. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
what do you think?
We're
Zach?
just like
Yeah,
the
is that-
movie
is
theater.
that anything?
Sorry.
Let's see. So you
Or we
See-
might have hit all the points. I don't know.
Oh no, you're good. Well, so here was going to be my thing, and I'm trying to make sure I'm not too loud on the mic. But so I want to say one thing I feel like a lot of people don't talk about when they talk about COVID was the lead up to it, and that's different for everyone. So for me, 2019 going into 2020 was like the worst year of my life. It was awful. Yeah, it's pretty much undisputably the worst year of my life. I think I was 18 at the time, about to turn 19, something like that. And I was going through a lot of my own stuff, trying to figure out what I wanted in life in general. I mean, just graduating high school, you have a lot of fun ideas of what you want to do, and then maybe realize later that that's not the healthiest thing. So I had a lot of soul searching to do, I guess. And then like I had like my grandmother went into the hospital. We were spending like days and nights just sleeping in hospital chairs. And then I had a family member of mine get committed to an institution. And then that 2020 was supposed to be my senior year, and then COVID hit,
Mhm.
and they said that we were going to get to play baseball, and I was like, okay, well that's good. And then I threw my arm out,
Mhm.
and I was wanting to at least play in college at some level. And then once I healed with my arm, and all this COVID stuff is just starting up, they'd said I could maybe bat, and then all of a sudden I had my hopes up for that, and then there was no season at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I ended up getting like 2 pounds away from reaching 300 pounds. Like I was like really depressed, super confused, angry, hurt. And I think what COVID really did was it reconstructed the way I think about life. Is like broad as that sounds, it really makes you think about the little things in life and how to be thankful and what to be thankful for and what to look for. Our culture was really redefined, and maybe culture isn't the right word, but I think everyone knows what I'm trying to say. Everything changed for everyone, and we all shared that as an experience, no matter who you were, as a society. And I think what I learned, and I'm sure what a lot of other people learned, was that if you're not thankful for the small things, then you just don't know how great things are. Because if you're not thankful for everything, even the smallest things every single day, like being able to go outside in public or go to a restaurant or be able to go to school or play baseball or see your friends, when you start thanking God for the little stuff, it really changes how you think about the world. So that's my take.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was nice.
I think. What was I gonna say? Forget it.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I kind of went on a rant.
No. I had a thought and I was just bam, was gone. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you were saying, like just as simple as going out to a restaurant or going to a football game and all that's like taken away from you. It's like
Right.
that's such a small thing, but like we don't get to do it.
Well, really,
You know.
just going out. The only
Yeah.
places that were socially acceptable were the grocery store, and that was just because you
Yeah.
had to. And then all the
Yeah.
toilet paper was gone.
Shortages, man.
Oh,
Using
wow.
palm
we
leaves.
still have them.
I
but-
worked at a grocery store during COVID. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Like, I
You
remember
worked that. I won't say.
the first. Okay, all right. This is the day where I was like, "This is gonna be serious."
Yeah.
I was just working some normal shift, and it was like normal, but then out of nowhere that day, our entire city, I swear, started coming in, and it was just like person after person after person. We ran out of bags, and so we had to get bags from a store right next to us. We ran out of those. We called a restaurant. They donated like to-go bags. We ran out of those. Then we started using boxes to like put people's groceries in. We ran out of those. And
Man.
in the same day, all of that happened. And so we had to just scan the groceries, put it in their cart. That's all we could do. Because like we were calling like other stores that were near us, they were out of stuff. I worked almost 15 hours that day.
Wow.
Wow.
Holy smokes!
And that's when I knew I was like, okay, yeah, this isn't just like one of those things you hear about and you're like, oh, it's not gonna happen. This is
Dude,
stuff's
yeah.
about to go down.
Yeah.
also with that, like no one really knew that much about COVID. It
No.
it
Oh,
could
no.
have
Oh,
been
nothing.
it could have been like a lot worse. Like I'm
Mhm.
not saying it was like just whatever. It was
Well,
a big deal,
I mean, it could have.
obviously.
Yeah.
But it could have done a lot more damage than what it did. And so everyone was freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna run out of food.
It
I'm
was
gonna
the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out of toilet paper. What am I gonna wipe my
Toilet
booty
paper,
with?
dude. That was yeah.
That's a first world
I
country
s-
problem
I
right there.
still don't understand that.
I don't
Why
either.
toilet paper?
I know.
I have a video I took, and that's like deep into my camera roll, but it may have been the same day or a few days after that day I was talking about.
Yeah.
None of it was there. It was gone. We had none in the back. We didn't have toilet paper for like 2 weeks.
That's such like an American thing. Like, of course,
Yeah.
that's the thing
Yeah.
that we run out
Right.
of.
Canned food or water. It's
No,
toilet paper.
toilet paper.
And I think too, you talked about, this is what COVID did, made people realize like, oh, we can do, people can work from home and
Right.
still be efficient and whatever. Well, I think too, it's made people lazy.
Yeah.
The other side
Oh,
of it.
definitely.
I mean,
DoorDash and places like that, they are some of the businesses that have skyrocketed or
Mhm.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys? I mean, you might have heard of Zoom or DoorDash before COVID, but I'm just curious. Did you hear of either one before
DoorDash,
COVID?
yes. Zoom,
Never
not
heard
at
of
all.
Zoom. No.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
Zoom
Zoom.
came out of. I thought I was like, oh, I guess Skype is gone, which I know Skype was old, but I never heard of Zoom, so I was like, oh, I guess it has to be
Right.
Skype. And then
And
Zoom came out.
To
of
go back
nowhere.
on conspiracies, if there was a single company that would be behind COVID, I think it'd be Zoom.
Oh, yeah, it'd be Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Um,
But even like DoorDash, I mean, I've heard of it, but I mean, it wasn't something that I thought was a big. I thought it was kind of like a fringe thing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like. Was Uber Eats even a thing yet? Where it was like, oh, it's kind of like Uber,
think-
but they deliver
I
food.
think it was. Yeah.
It was okay.
But the funny thing is that then restaurants and fast food started integrating to DoorDash because it was making them money
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
So
But
Yeah.
I know someone to this day, no names. I know someone to this day that still, they're not going like basically anywhere because they're just using COVID as an excuse not to do anything, not to go back to work, not to go.
man,
Not
are
to
they
go
like
get groceries.
immunocompromised or something like that, or no?
What do you mean?
If their immune system, like
Oh.
immunocompromised, is just basically your immune system is very weak. I'm using
No.
Someone will say this, but
No,
yeah,
no,
it's
no.
just your immune system is weak. So if you get COVID, it could be really bad. Like
No.
their immune system is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. They just
Some people are just lazy.
yes,
And they're
they're
using it as an
still using it as an excuse to just stay at home and not do anything. It's,
I'm still convinced I was part of one of the first batches of COVID in the U.S. because like I swear in
Oh, yeah.
December and I know a lot of people experience this too, especially around Tennessee. In December, I was the worst part of it too is my parents were on vacation, so I was deathly sick, like alone at the house.
remember
It was
that.
awful. I had to have like I think it was my grandmother or my brother and sister come take care of me periodically, but like I was throwing up. I had a high fever. It was awful. Like awful. Worse than any flu I had had. Although I will say this, now this is just my experience with COVID. People have had much worse. I would rather have had what I had then than whooping cough because I've had whooping cough and that was terrible.
No, it's just weird how it affected different people because there would be some
Yeah.
people and they'd get it and they would have barely any symptoms. They'd be fine. They'd be asymptomatic, and then those would be people that aren't even in good health and they'd be like that. And then there were other people who would be in really good health, like they'd keep up with their bodies
yeah.
and such, and then they would be having a horrible time.
Exactly.
Or oh my gosh, my poor mom. And kind of me too, but especially my poor mom. Like, if you have COVID combined with something else, my mom had COVID and strep throat at the same time. That was like the worst I've seen her in years.
Yeah.
Like, it was miserable.
And
bad.
And it's funny how COVID, like when you had COVID, it's funny how different that was for everybody. Like I was lucky when I got COVID. I had a slight headache for a day, and I couldn't taste or smell. That was it. The rest of the time, like the 2 weeks I was quarantined, I felt fine, and I was just. I mean, it's just how it is. That's how it was. I don't know. It's just different for everybody.
Yeah.
But
no, it's weird. Yeah, it just affects other people differently.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I was like, well, man, I can't go and do anything for 2 weeks, but it was Christmas time.
Oh,
And so that side of me was like, I don't have to go anywhere for 2 weeks. I can stay home and watch Christmas movies all day and do whatever.
oh,
but-
so
Yeah.
it was literally Home Alone watching Home Alone.
yes,
Wow.
yeah, literally.
Home
but-
Alone squared.
Yeah, but I think we're good on time, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
This was a little bit of a deeper episode of the Awkward Tapes.
It was,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
from being Shmev the Tornado Hopkins to COVID.
We
I
really
forgot we-
went everywhere.
I forgot we even started there. Gosh.
Started right here and then
Yeah, we.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
A
we
light
started
into-
off extremely comical, then we got really deep at
This
the
is-
end.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Hey,
Definitely.
No,
the
I liked
opportunity.
this episode. This was a good one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Zach, do you disagree?
No, I was just sorry. I was looking at time.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
yeah, I think it's good to have a deeper, discussion every now and then on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you
You'll-
guys for coming back. Sorry, were you saying something?
No, Leighton
My
just
arm
seems.
like- I was trying to move, and then my arm got. Anyway.
That's okay.
Anyways, check out Shmev's OnlyFans, Shmev the Tornado Hopkins.
Yeah.
Shmev the
It just
Tornado
started. Let me know
Hopkins.
what you think about that.
Yeah.
Not really. Please don't take that serious.
you
You have the
People
one
start-
person that's
Yeah,
like,
the one person that's like, "Are
"What?"
you serious?"
Yeah.
Someone from like your church or something's gonna reach
Oh,
out and be
no.
like, "We need to have a talk."
Oh.
I'm not a promise.
Like I promise it's a joke. I haven't been selling feet pics.
Oh, all right.
Anyways, thank you guys
I
for
think
joining
you really
us.
know what to
This is
say.
episode 49.
Buy merch.
And thank you for joining us for a section of awkwardness.